Hey, Julie Roussel here. Hey, welcome to Wacky Wednesday, where you never know what the topic's going to be, or hey, I might actually run on time for once, or there may be mounds of technical difficulties. You never know. But hey, welcome and thanks for joining in, whether you are popping in live right now or you are catching on the replay. I'm glad that you could join in for a little outdoor kind of quarantine conversation. So as always, if you hear something that resonates with you, do me a favor, leave me some love. Drop your comments or thoughts in the thread. Share the video with anyone you think it might help, and PM me if you have questions or want to hear more. I'm always happy to share the things that I'm learning, and I hope that they benefit you. So hey friends, I see a few people joining in here and there. I'm glad that you could make it. Since I'm outside, I've noticed that many times I'm not seeing who pops in until later. Now it could be, that I'm peeking at my notes, or on the other hand, it just might be that Facebook is lagging. And I've noticed that it lags a lot while I'm outside here, and it's a little sunny and a little bit windy at the same time. So welcome, and I hope that I can see you popping in. Not sure, but I'm gonna keep on going, hopefully until it shows me, and hopefully I'll be able to welcome you at that time. So let me see. I really can't. Okay, so let me ask the question for the night. Do you ever wonder how a bumblebee can fly? How does it fly? Isn't it against the laws of physics? So if you've ever seen a bumblebee fly, you know that it sometimes looks awkward and it manages to buzz around and hover. Well, tonight I wanted to share a really quick story of what I learned and hopefully how it can help you. And that's the reason that the flowers are in the background, and I have something I want to share with you in a little bit. So like I said, outdoor conversation tonight because it's perfect night for it. Okay, so onto the story. So a few years ago, when we first moved to Wisconsin, the first summer, my youngest Nicholas is about 3, right around there. And he absolutely loved watching the huge fuzzy bumblebees buzzing around, and you can see my plants, like some lilies here, as well as some of the other shrubs and flowering bushes over here. And he absolutely adored following them around. And he kept asking the question, well, how do these fat, fuzzy bumblebees fly? And he couldn't see the wings at the time, and he couldn't figure out how they could fly. He said, well, Mommy, they're too heavy. They need bigger wings. And so I said to him, well, did you want to tell the bee that he was too fat and needed bigger wings? And he answered, no, because the bee would get mad and sting me. The thought perspective of a 3-year-old. And, it's funny, like I said, he was absolutely in love with bumblebees. So I wanted to show you, this is his bumblebee costume from when he was approximately 2 years old. And it's really cute. This is something that Nicholas wore for Halloween. And he was a very cute bumblebee, let me tell you. So I'm surprised that I found this little costume. And it even has a little stinger right here on the back side. Can you believe it? Hey friends, I see a bunch joining in. I must have missed you because I was peeking at my bee costume here. So let me know that you popped in. And if you have anything you want to pop in and share about bees, I'd love to hear it. Or even if you're just telling me how you're doing, I would love to hear it. And hopefully you don't mind my neighbor dogs popping in, or any other bees that pop in. So like I was saying, bumblebees. And when Nicholas asked a lot of questions about bumblebees, that kind of piqued my curiosity. So I had to go and Google a little bit, and I discovered that a lot of people had always thought that bees defy the laws of physics when they're flying, and that they weren't supposed to be able to fly because they didn't have aerodynamically shaped wings. They didn't have the right body style. It wasn't streamlined. And there were no actual attached muscles for their wings. It was just part of their body. And the size of their wings and the shape of their wings would not support the amount of weight of nectar, as well as the time that they were hovering while they were gathering nectar. and yet bees still manage to fly anyways. And we also thought by watching bees that the bees flap their wings up and down like everyone else did, but unfortunately that's incorrect. And what I learned by watching some of the slow motion videos of bees earlier today and years ago when Nicholas was a little dude, that they are always flapping their wings back and forth. And it's a really weird, different motion, because I've been trying to copy this for part of the day today just to see if I could. So the bee motion is kind of like this. And it's really strange how they're flapping them. And like I said, it was very difficult just to attempt to flap like a bee. I can't say that I was very good at it. I tried several times with arm muscles, and I kept thinking, now if I had to flap these things 200 times a minute, yay. So that's really amazing. And like I said, they flap, and when bees are flying, they flap and they rotate their wings, and it creates a vortex, and it just lifts them up into the air, which is pretty cool. And believe it or not, these little bees just have great flight control, just since they're small, and they can hover, for as long as necessary when they're gathering nectar. Even when they're carrying, a whole bag of it underneath them. Pretty cool, huh? And, you can't see them, but when you notice that their wings are flapping, another cool fact I found was that their wings flap up to 200 times per second, and that they can fly the entire length of a football field in just 30 seconds. I mean, the entire length. It looks like it's impossible, and you would think by looking at bees and comparing them to others of the insect family, that they wouldn't be able to fly, and it's amazing just that they can fly on their own. So after, hearing the story of the bees and having a mentor point something similar out to myself, I kind of realized a few things. Number one, you don't have to be perfect. You can, no matter your shape or size, you can still fly and buzz around and gather nectar. Oh my gosh. Hello, a little technical weather malfunction here. Sorry about that. Hey friends, I see a few more joining in. It's good to see you. Thanks for popping in at my technical difficulty moment. But like I was saying, got the first one. Second one is I needed to adopt the mindset of the bee, where you don't really care and you don't really listen to the naysayers, and you just go on and carry your nectar because they're not going to carry it for you. And the third thing, oh boy, I was trying to make certain that doesn't blow my camera over again. Hey Karen, hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Y su familia? It's nice to see you, lady. I hope that you all are doing well. And like I said, the third thing that I learned was that if someone tells you that it's impossible, what it means is it's impossible for them, but not for you. I really like that. And I've learned that I need to listen to those lessons more often, whether it's in work, whether it's coaching, whether it's playing volleyball, even just in my own personal life, especially with my boys as well. And this is something that I have always struggled with, believing in myself. And, I realized that this attitude has been holding me back for a lot of years. And it's easier to fight and overcome it if you are aware of it. Oh, excuse me there. And I'm not perfect. I'll be the first one to admit that. But I've noticed that I am a lot happier now because I've changed that impossible mindset to a be possible mindset. So if you heard something that resonates with you, that you found valuable, or even just a positive thought, leave me some love. Pop in just to say hey and tell me that you're feeling great. Drop your thoughts in the thread anytime. Share the video with anyone you think it might help or would like to hear a positive message. And PM me if you would like to hear more about how to develop a be possible attitude and apply it for more happiness and success in your life. I don't have all the answers. I'll never claim that I do. But I'll be happy to share what's been working for me. So like Nicholas pointed out, Bees' bodies don't appear to be shaped aerodynamically to fly, let alone hover and carry their own body weight in pollen and nectar. But they still fly anyways. They found a way. And you certainly don't want to try and convince that bee that it's not possible for him to fly. And as Nicholas put it, he might get mad and sting you. Right? Do you want to tell that to this little bee and his little stinger? So make your attitude a bee attitude, where you can thrive and fly despite carrying your nectar or your burden throughout the day. So believe in yourself and be confident, because you'll be surprised at what you can accomplish and how much happier you're going to be when you have that kind of be possible attitude. I'll catch you later.